you doing? It's Magic J here for another Tea&Crumpets episode. We are in SE17 off Old Kent Road at Aylesbury Estate. Yes, I said it, people. The legendary Aylesbury Estate. We're going to be checking out, we're going to be walking around, and we're going to see what's left of this place. Let's go. With my little broski. You've seen him in the other video of ours already. SHOTBYAK. You know what I mean? You brought us here.
I brought you here, yeah. I've been to this estate quite a lot. I'm not from here, from East London. That barking video, that's where you saw me last. I'm not from here, but I've come around here a lot to take pictures. I've got a lot of family from Elephant and Castle, and now that this block is basically abandoned, I thought I'll bring the team down here.
How much blocks was there originally? Because I remember I was mentioning to you, like, from the Old Kent roadside where Tesco's is across the road, there's that road that goes straight up towards the block, and there was like a several blocks. So how much was there? About like 10 blocks or so?
Loads. You know what? For me personally, I can't speak on it too much, but even just from pictures, it went like all the way down that way, and there used to be an estate basically going like that whole estate. Just
so it's a bit like Gascoigne Estate in East London, Barking.
And even it was one of the biggest council estates in Europe, and all now, even though it's been locked down, it's still huge, and it's got walkways and that's mad. There's lifts as well. Do you trust the lift in here?
Not how it's bloody run down now. Wow.
Yeah. These areas, when they designed this estate, they designed it so that you could walk from one side to the other without touching the ground.
Right.
Because they wanted to create an area where you weren't, like, pedestrians weren't bothered by traffic. They weren't bothered by cars.
Oh, so you can connect to a block to another block to another. So basically it's a bit like how we had it in North London, Tottenham, Broadwater Farm Estate back in the 70s and 80s when all the blocks was connected. Look, here's a little place. It looks like it was a little shop or something.
I think some of them are still in use.
Oh, look.
This one here.
It's studio. Don't know what type. Don't know if it's a music studio or creative art studio.
This is the entrance.
Stairway, floor. Wow.
Yeah.
I don't think I trust those lifts. It looks like it's just light in there. We'll try that.
You can tell that this place is going to the end of its time.
I don't even know if the lift is coming up or not. Look.
I can't hear anything.
Can't hear nothing.
There is a staircase, but do you want to do 8 flights of stairs? Oh, there we go.
Wow. What do you think, guys? Should we enter?
Yeah, let's just do it. I don't know, you can't. You can't. Jesus is my saviour. What are we saying? 10, 12?
Might as well go straight up then, innit?
I think so.
Straight up to Neverland. Did it actually have it? That felt weird.
Well, we're going down, I swear.
It feels like if you see that little buckle.
I think someone's getting in.
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Is this ground floor going up?
Yeah, that one is ground floor.
Where we're going up.
So what's floor?
12.
Going down or up?
Down or up?
Come out now. Floor.
It's got that block smell.
Yeah. That mold. I can smell the mold.
Literally. Do you know what? When I came here last, it was in a lot worse condition. I think the council must have done something because.
So people, as you can see, we're on the 12th floor and we can practically see both sides of London. We can see the city of London and we can see, that's East London, isn't it?
Yeah, that's Canary Wharf.
Canary Wharf, and we can see the city of London.
Do you know what?
These windows can't even open. What a number this is? 187. I don't know if this is the flat number or someone actually done a 187. Because in America that means homicide. So 30 years after the war in 1977, Aylesbury Estate was completed. And why was it completed?
Well, you got to remember, after the war, there was like loads of areas of London which were bombed out, and people needed homes, like cheap homes. So the council just built these huge estates, because the estate, like when you think of the estate, you think of like the block these days, but back then it was like a utopian idea. They thought that it would be like the new way of living. So it was cheap. It covered a large area with loads of homes, and it just allowed loads of people to get their housing and just house people after the war, literally. I mean,
it really looks like prison blocks, like how it's all narrow in, you know, everyone's doors, you know what I'm saying, windows here, that, you know, those American ones, and like in New York, you got those prisons in New York, it's high up, but you got these windows where you can look out.
Do you know what, the architecture of this is streets of the sky, streets in the sky architecture. So they wanted to create almost like, recreate the houses that were here before. So you would have had terraced houses where, if you think about it, it's a normal street, so people interact on the street and there's a community sense. The flats are built this way, so like it looks like a little bit of a street. You might bump into your neighbours walking down to the left, but obviously it didn't really go to plan. And what ended up happening was these long, like sort of, there was no surveillance here, so these long, like unwatched areas just became a hotbed for crime. And it meant that being raised up from the street level, people could be getting up to all sorts and they wouldn't really be found out.
Yeah. So basically, it's like, for example, when you're watching the movie Demolition Man, and you got the underworld.
Yeah.
You got the underworld, and they're doing anything in there. They're selling whatever drugs. They had rat burger and everything. So you don't know what the hell was going on in blocks like this. So they had to separate it, right?
Yeah. Of course, and think about it. Think about if you're police, bro. Like, how are you actually going to stop crime in here? Because all the blocks are connected, and there's no security doors. You could be on any level. You could run from one end to the block, and then you could go all the way down, run into another one. It's almost impossible to stop it, and there's no CCTV cameras.
No, but normally in blocks like this, you see like CCTV on the corners looking down, and then I don't see none in this block.
What the fuck? Should we do it? Good. What the fuck? What is
This is mad.
Good
Yeah,
morning.
them tagging boy. Joanna dead.
So, a little fun story. I was here about a year ago, just taking pictures with my boy, and my boy doesn't like lifts. So we came up in the lift and it was screeching and cracking and halting and whatnot. We got to the top, taking pictures, and when we came down, my boy said, I do not want to take the lift. So I was like, say nothing, go down the stairs. This staircase here, we get about 2 flights down, we're walking down, and we hear the door slam behind us, and we just hear someone like running down the stairs. I just looked at him, he looked back at me, and we just ran down like 10 flights of stairs, but we ran straight out of the estate, and that was it, all the way back to Elephant and Castle.
Scary movies.
Trust me, bro, I would have been here way more taking pictures if it wasn't for that. So I've got to come here 3 man up at least, bro.
Imagine getting chased through here, boy. That would be crazy, man. You have to know your ins and outs if you're getting chased through here.
I'm not gonna go up.
It did look booky back in the days. I stayed here for a night with a client of mine who I was doing artist management for, called Mr. Freaky P, Nigerian music artist. But do you know what? It's different because I'm seeing the old block and I'm also seeing the new block, which is right beside us, you know, and when I'm looking at the old block, it's like all the old nostalgia is just going, and I could tell what used to go down here with, you know, children playing football, them playing run-outs, you know what I mean? Even getting up to no good and playing up that ginger, or when for example, you know, they got fireworks and running up and with the fireworks through the blocks, you know what I mean? I could tell what type of block this was, and obviously, man, them having beef, music videos. Everything could happen. I like this. I like old school blocks. But the thing about it, the government wants to take it away for more modern blocks as we see across the block there.
A lot of you might recognise this block from Top Boy Summer House. So between here and another estate in Elephant and Castle called Haygate Estate, they filmed pretty much all of like the scenes where the guys were just chilling on the block, all filmed here. So like these little courtyards, like down there, these are like prime spaces, and you can see why they used it, because it feels just, to be honest, there's not a lot of other estates in London, I think, that feel like this one. One of the Top Boy scenes I remember from here was when you had all of the guys just chilling out on these bridges, and Renell's, like it was like his mum's best friend, basically the guy who was trying to like be his guardian. He went out and he talks to Sully and Deshane, and Sully puts a gun to his head.
Yes.
That's in one of these little courtyards here. Wow. Might not be this exact one, but the architecture.
Wow. The Latin community. Yeah, man.
Guys, I'm joined here with...
My name is Nicole Wincapil. I'm from Ecuador. So right now I'm here around Elephant and Castle South. I just want to say a bit about our Latin community. So right now it's really big where I am right now. And we have a Bolivian, Ecuadorian, Colombian, Honduras, from a lot of countries around South America that are here right now. And with each and every support we can get, we like to grow our communities, to just teach a bit about everything our parents taught us from our culture, just to everyone around. I grew up in London, but thanks to my parents, I was able to have my Ecuadorian roots with me at all times, and I am currently learning a Bolivian dance, which has really fascinated me since the beginning.
Do you think that the Latin community in South London, especially in Elephant and Castle, do you think it's been affected by when the Elephant Shopping Centre got knocked down? Do you think the Latin community has been affected a lot?
It definitely has, because I'm not particularly from South, I'm from North, but coming from in Elephant and Castle is very strong, and a lot of Latino communities. Jobs has been impacted, like financial situation, because it's been a struggling moment, especially after COVID.
One thing I've noticed is that there's nowhere near as many like Latin food places. Like, do you know La Barra de Luisa in Elephant and Castle?
Yeah.
It's a restaurant, and I've been going there for years and years. And there's Distriandina as well, by Elephant and Castle.
Yeah.
But there used to be a shop called La Bodeguita inside the Elephant Centre. And I remember my mum used to take me there because there used to be a big Latin community, and ever since it's been knocked down, I don't know, I haven't really had a reason to come here. It's felt like the community doesn't have a centre, but that's just my own opinion.
No, that definitely happened to me, because before we used to come every Sundays around Elephant and Castle, but now because we live quite far away, like I live up north, it's quite a journey, but it was all worth it coming in.
North of England or North London?
North London,
what part
not
of
too
North
far,
London?
Around Tottenham.
Oh, okay, my community.
Oh, really?
That's my community.
Yeah, it's around Tottenham.
Because I know in North London now, because that's where I'm from. I'm from Seven Sisters, South Tottenham.
Me too.
Yeah, so I know there's a big Latino community around there, and even where the train station is, there's a couple clubs and there's a shop. I know the owner of the shop where they got the little bar at the back. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about, right?
I know
right. So let me ask you one thing.
Yeah.
As a black brother myself, I ain't really had much Hispanic food.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what food
Banging.
would you
Banging.
tell me to get? I don't eat pig, by the way. I don't eat
Okay.
that. But what would you tell me to eat? Because one thing I do want to try, yeah, is empanadas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Empanadas. Which
But-
ones? Because there's so many different varieties.
Yeah.
Trust me. There's
But
Colombian.
which what food would you actually tell me to go try?
I mean, I'm always gonna be prideful for my Ecuadorian food because
Go
I
for
love
it.
it. I love it. But something that don't contain pork, let me think.
I know you don't love your
We
pig.
do.
I would say
yeah.
bandeja paisa is Colombian.
Bandeja paisa is really good.
Okay.
But I think
Too much.
it might have pork.
Chicharrón,
And chicharrón,
chorizo.
yeah, eso, that's what it has.
Oh,
I don't know, but I think that's empanadas de verde de queso. They're
Yeah,
really
yeah,
good.
yeah,
With it.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
good
yeah.
cafe, like it's really good.
You see, Tea&Crumpets family, you know, Magic J's gonna try some Hispanic food very soon. Do you know what I have tried that, and I
Which
think it's
one?
banging, yeah? The ice cream. The ice cream
Ice
in the
cream.
in
Yeah,
cup.
the coconut.
In the cup.
The coconut one.
That's
That one
slaps.
slaps so good. Like before they used to sell it in a market where Seven Sisters, they used to have like a marketplace.
Yeah.
I used to go there for the ice
They got it from
cream.
the shop, the Apex out there.
Yeah.
They got it in Seven
Yeah.
Sisters in that little shop across the
Yeah.
road from where the new block is.
Okay.
In there, go in there, they got it in the fridge.
As we were coming out of the block, we heard a bit of commotion, and it turns out that there was a group of Latino dancers doing a traditional Bolivian dance. And as we got talking to them, as you see in the footage, like it was really sick. I was not expecting it here at all. Like, as in I expect it in Elephant and Castle, but not underneath a block in Aylesbury Estate at literally flipping like 6 o'clock in a winter evening.
But this is the communities that we tap and live in, because we live in a diverse community which is very gentrified now, that we got everyone here now.
It's good to see the Latin community because
You're Hispanic.
I am. I know people wouldn't think that looking at me, but I'm half Cuban. And one thing is Elephant and Castle, as it's been regenerated, so you got Elephant Park where Haygate Estate used to be, you got the Elephant Shopping Centre was shut down and demolished. These were the places which were the hubs of the Latin community, because when people think Elephant and Castle, one of the first things you think is Latino. And so when these places got knocked down, the whole community hub was kind of lost, and there's still community groups obviously doing brilliant work what they're doing, but because of gentrification I think it's forcing people to move out. There used to be a shop in the Elephant Centre, used to be a restaurant called La Bodeguita, yeah, and that shop was like, it was a hub in there.
It's like a staple piece for the Latin community, right?
Exactly, and now that that's been knocked down, I know they've built something else with like loads of small Latin business owners, but to be honest, it's not the same. They don't get the same level of like customers and footfall.
What did you see? You know, the lady said she came all the way from my community, Tottenham, Haringey, just to come down here to learn the dance. So that's breaking barriers for different Latino communities to come together.
Yeah, and it's this sort of thing that keeps communities alive. Like you were saying, like this estate, as I was walking around, I was thinking, damn, it's like really dead here. You barely see anyone walking around, but you've got the whole Latin community just out in where you'd least expect them to be. Just
In
dancing.
the cold, and they like the sun.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it was good to see that. Where I think a lot of the community like centres and shops would have been, you can see they're all boarded up. And it just looks really run down now.
Sad, man.
Even this block, there's barely any corridors. The corridors ain't even lit up.
Everyone's gone.
Literally.
So I'll give the lights this one now.
And it just makes you think, like, when will these places actually go? Because this might be on the next phase of development.
Yeah.
But it's pretty mad how you just got blocks empty sitting here, and then you got new builds just across the road. And imagine being one of the last residents in here when you're seeing a new build come up, and you know that you're getting moved out of the area.
And you might not even get those blocks across the road.
Nah.
You know, they're trying to re-gentrify it by bringing the people who lives in the Surrey, the Sussex, into these communities to uplift this community again, just like what they're doing in Brixton, in Shoreditch, in Haringey, in Wembley.
Yeah, man. All these blocks. You're not going to be seeing stuff like this anymore. This streets in the sky architecture, once it's gone, it is gone.
We're here in another part of the block in Aylesbury Estate, and apparently Tony Blair done a speech. I don't know if it was here or another part what got knocked down, but explain to me about that.
Okay, so
Tony Blair made his first speech here as Prime Minister. But even with its difficulties, some feel this betrayal isn't fair.
So Tony Blair, when he came in, one of his big things was he would uplift all the forgotten communities in London. And so he came to the Aylesbury estate. I think his first speech here was in 1997, talking about how these communities which were forgotten and these estates which were like sink estates where people were just sort of left to rot, he was going to like uplift them, and it was basically like symbolising what he wanted to do for the country. So it's quite a good political move from him.
But did it work? That's the question.
That's a big debate, bro, because Tony Blair, as far as Labour politicians go, he was quite right wing.
Yeah.
So it depends who you ask on that one. I'm not trying to cause too much fuss in the comments.
So what's going on there? What? Did someone have a murder scene here or something? What the fuck is this? Blood everywhere. Looks like someone went or smothered their face on it and slapped their head. It's all on the wall here. It's all going across. A little bit here, there. I'm dreaded to see what's in that lift. Would you want to see what's in that lift? Would you want to see what's in that lift? Dead body.
As we've been walking around, this particular block has no lights on. It has corridor lights on the other side, and the only lights over there are the staircase. This staircase, no lights at all. There's nobody in their yard, and I would imagine this will be the next one to be knocked down.
Bruv, come like a Blair Witch project, bruv.
Trust me. You want to go in there? You want to go in there? That's what you want to do.
Hell the fuck no.
If you want us to come back and risk our life, risk our life, put it in the comments. Because there's no way I'm just going in there right now.
Put it in the comments, smash the like button, you know, and comment. Give us some comments, man, and send this to your friends, your family. If you want Tea&Crumpets to come back in here and walk around this block before it goes.
In the dark as well.
In the dark. Oh, I'm dreading that. Fun fact about this area and this community and this block. Popular rapper, Grime MC, Tiny Temper lived here for a spell. Also, Snap Capone, popular rapper Snap Capone. He's from here with the Peckham Boys. And there's another thing as well. Before all those guys came and done music, who remembers Albi All Stars? They're definitely from here as well. Funk, house and garage guys, grime MCs, and also big up to my brother, A-Star. Yeah, he's done a famous song called Coupe, what blew up all over the place. You know, his name, A-Star, I think if I remember, it's called Aylesbury Star. Yeah, so he's from here as well. He's a Ghanaian Afrobeat artist, and he was part of Albi All Stars as well. So this whole block, this whole community was where they're from.
Interesting fact about this particular bit where I am right now is Channel 4 did like an advert, or it was like a little just bit of footage that they put in where they purposefully made Aylesbury Estate look really bad.
A familiar scene for any TV viewer. This promotional video for Channel 4 showing an estate littered with bin liners and wet washing. But the reality looks a bit different.
They put in loads of washing lines and satellite dishes and upturned shopping trolleys and rubbish bags, and you can see this isn't a reality. This isn't how people are living.
The residents say that when it was filmed 10 years ago, producers brought along props and effects were added later.
As I got older and seeing it over and over again, I wasn't really happy with it because I was thinking that's not home, that's not where I lived.
They made it look really dystopian and that, and then the residents of Aylesbury were like, our estate isn't actually like that. And it was on one of these walkways like this, but they put like loads of rubbish on the walkways and they just made it look unlivable. And the residents, they had backlash, they said it's not like that. And even now, this estate is nearly abandoned. There's not many people still living here, and it's still fairly clean. Maybe not the big blocks, but all the walkways, they're clean. So it shows you how the TV perceives the council estate and the perception of the council estate, that they want to push that agenda, that it's like some hellhole and there's nothing good that happens here. But as we've just seen with the Latin community, there's a lot of good stuff that happens.
Tea&Crumpets, good night. Hey guys, right now we're outside the football cage that ex-Arsenal now playing at Fulham, Reece Nelson, paid for the community that he grew up in, because he grew up right here in this community, this block, and he used to play football around here as well, and he paid for the football pitch to be done, you know, and also helped out with the primary school right here. So this is something great what footballers do. A lot of people think that footballers just, you know, get their cash and splash it on cars and jewelry and, you know, designer clothing, but there is some people who are sports athletes who are doing great things, and this is one of them, Reece Nelson. As you see, yeah, the differences between the blocks, what they're trying to do. Here's a new block, yeah. I think this looks like it could be a hospital or some sort of thing, because when you look inside the building, it's got some like hospital stuff. But what I'm trying to say is they're building these type of buildings in this community where you got this over here where we just came from, where it's gonna get demolished. So what do you think, like, you know, the building stuff like that? If you look inside, they got the hospitals like it was a dentist or some hospital stuff. But this is the community, what they're trying to change it to, gentrification, right?
Yeah, I think, do you know what? I understand why they're trying to do it, because it makes it more accessible for people to walk through, and that makes people feel better walking through. But at the end of the day, the original community who's lived there, they're probably not going to be able to experience that.
And access this.
Exactly. And I'll tell you a fun fact here. This estate is so big that even though this like regeneration has been going on for like, I think it's nearly 10 years now, it's going to take until 2030 for it to be done. So that's how this estate is huge, bro. And I think, it's unfair for the community who lives here, but I understand why they're doing it. You can't keep this here forever. There's clearly problems with the quality of the housing. Like, there's housing, there's leaks and there's mold. So it's like at some point you do have to regenerate it.
Yeah, we went around the whole block, we saw the ins and outs of it. It would have been nice if we had someone taking us around and showing us the ins and outs and telling their story. But, you know, we went old school, we were doing it ourselves, and, you know, this was another episode, you know, with SHOTBYAK assisting us and taking photos and telling some stories about this block as well. What did you think about it?
Do you know what, bro? I thought it was going to be a lot more booky than it actually was. I think it was big. There's loads of like alleyways and they're twisting and turning. But overall, do you know what? It weren't too bad. Yeah. Like everyone we've bumped into it has been friendly. Literally, we just saw a whole like group of people coming up having an old school like African party in the lift, like just coming up, and they're really nice. Everyone saying good evening. Yeah. You know, I feel like as much as this place, it looks like bad, as in you walk around and you think everyone's going to be on badness. It looks a bit depressing. But this is people's homes.
And we met some lovely Hispanic people as well, dancing. You spoke to them in Spanish, you know, which was amazing. Hope to see them again. And you know, people, like if you've lived in Aylesbury estate or you know someone who's lived here, write in the comment section, send this video to your friends and your family who has lived here. If you was one of the first people to move in this building, let us know how it was for you. And if you're sad that all the buildings are getting knocked down, please share your love, share your frustrations, share your emotions. Type it in the comment section, you know. But if you want us to come to your block, your community, no matter if it's in the city of London, no matter if it's in Yorkshire, Scotland, Wales, Ireland, definitely write to us, put it in the description where you want us to go next, or contact us on Instagram, and all the information will be right here, or even in the description. You can follow us on Instagram and you can send us a message and ask us to come to your block. But this has been another episode of Tea&Crumpets. I'm Magic J. This is SHOTBYAK. We're out. Peace.